welcome back to the channel, welcome back to yet another video, and welcome back to not a match preview, not a match review, not a match day vlog, not anything of that sort. It's to see the guide and to see the rise of Antoine Semenyo, who has been incredible for City this season and has probably been one of our best players apart from Andy Weimann. So I just want to see how his career's progressed over the years, and I think it's just quite an interesting video to make. Antoine Semenyo, just quickly off the back of the season, has scored 6 goals for City, has got 8 assists as well, so he's been prolific in terms of goal scoring and goal contributions this season for Bristol City. And I really, I'm sure a lot of City fans have enjoyed him, and he has been one of our best players, and he is a key player, and he is one of the most valuable assets at the football club at the moment. So Bristol City desperately need Antoine Semenyo to stick around for a while, and Bristol City at the moment are benefiting from Antoine Semenyo'S presence on the pitch, and that's great. So I just want to quickly touch on the 17-18 and 18-19 season, where he didn't really do much for City. 17-18 is quite key though. 17-18, for City, he played one game, that was off the bench against Sheffield United. 0 goals and 0 assists, as you'd expect. He came on for Lloyd Kelly, in fact, so there we go. Nice little detailed reference there. That season, though, he went on loan to Newport, and he played 21 games, 12 starts, 3 goals, 0 assists. And this is quite key, in fact, because I'll come on to I'll make a point later on this video where I go see the correlation, and you'll see how much Antoine Semenyo does well. 18-19, he plays 4 games. Sorry, the loans to Newport is an 18-19 season. 18-19, City, 4 games, 1 start, 0 goals, 0 assists. And obviously he plays for plays for Newport in League 2, 21 plays, 12 starts, 3 goals, 0 assists. 19-20, last season of LJ, Bristol City kind of petering out, not really doing much. 7 games for Sunderland on loan, 1 start, 0 goals, 0 assists. Doesn't really play much for City, I don't think, so there we go. For Bristol City, now this is really where Antoine Semenyo rises and proves himself as a championship quality player, this is where he does really well for Bristol City, in fact. So this season is key for Antoine Semenyo's career, and he's taken from this season and really carried on his form from last season to this season. So last season, 2020-2021, obviously we changed from Johnson to Holden at the start, Holden to Pearson at the middle, so that's key as well. Dean Holden and Nigel Pearson trust Antoine Semenyo in this campaign and really back him and play him most of the games. He plays 44 games, that includes sub appearances, 24 starts, so that's 24, just 1 game over half this amount of starts, 2 goals and 4 assists. He's mainly played on the right wing, and he's played as a winger. And Pearson, Holden, 2 managers here. Holden's key in this. Trust him and play him most of the time. And he is also he's a key player there for City at this point. So Bristol City at this point kind of invigorate Antoine Semenyo into the system, into the team, and into the squad, and he's really now part of the future now, and he's brought into the team, he's settled in the team, and it's really good. And I suppose that's where Dean Holden deserves some credit for this season, because he really made Antoine Semenyo he helped the starting progress was Dean Holden. And then Nigel Pearson came over, took him, saw the potential in him, and he did well. He created 5 big chances that campaign, 1.1 successful dribbles per game, and an average of 1 shot per game. This is all averages, by the way. 5 big chances created throughout the whole campaign. So there is a sense of there's a growing sense of there is a player in there with Antoine Semenyo. Can Nigel Pearson get the best out of him? From this season's evidence, it's shown he can. Holden Pearson trust him, and that's shown in this season. Now, the point I wanted to make earlier on was, in League 2, Antoine Semenyo makes 21 appearances, he gets 3 goals and 0 assists. Antoine Semenyo is a player, as he plays more games, his confidence increases. Some players are not like that, not all players are like that, and now you'll be going, Annie, he's made more appearances, of course, his stats will look a bit better. But what I feel, as a City fan, is Antoine Semenyo, as the amount of games progress, he'll get better as a player. And this season, that's definitely been proved. Last season, that was definitely proved as well. As Antoine Semenyo played more games, he definitely got better. At the start of this season, let's just cast our minds back. Antoine Semenyo didn't play many games. I think that was injury. But the opening few games, he was a bit shocky, a bit shoddy. Then he really kicked into life. That's what Antoine Semenyo can do. More minutes, improved performance. I don't think it's a coincidence, is it? I don't think that's a coincidence at all, because I think Antoine Semenyo is one of those players who grows in confidence when he plays more games. And that's fine. And look, City flourished off that this season, and that's totally fine. And yeah, this season he's been just superb. He's been open to the floor, and he's been superb all campaign. He's really showed what a good player he is at this level. He's played 19 games, 13 starts. So 19 games, that's 43% that he's of last season's game. So what I'm trying to say is he played 44 games. Sorry, 44 games last season. He's already played 19 this season. So that's already 43%. 13 starts this season. Obviously, he had a bit of trouble with injury at the start. 6 goals and 8 assists. He's had an average of 2.1 shots per game. That's compared to last season, he had 1 shot per game. So that's drastically improved. That's 1.1 shots more per game on average. 8 assists, as I mentioned. 4 big chances created. That's 1 less than last season, but he still has time to add to that, because there's still a third of the season left. I think there's 13 games left. 1.3 successful dribbles per game now to last season's 1.1. So that's kind of stayed consistent. But again, he's carrying on some good performances, and this season he's really flourished because other parts of his games have really improved. So this season, Antoine Semenyo has been just brilliant, and some of the areas I didn't think he could improve. Last season, I remember his performance away at Millwall in the FA Cup, where he was absolutely brilliant, ran the show. And then some games he just not be there. I remember Forest at home, he was dismal, he was dreadful. And some games he'd pop in and out. He's one of those typical wingers, really, where you go, wow, bloody hell, he's a good player. And then next game he'd just not turn up. I suppose wingers are like that. I just like to see, last season I'd like to see a bit more consistency. This season he's been absolutely fantastic, consistent, something Bristolcity have lacked all season. Also for Antoine Semenyo, in terms of where he's mainly played on the wings. Now Bristolcity have played in a way, since Antoine Semenyo's been in the team, where they've played really 3 strikers and not really played any wide men. Antoine Semenyo has been wide, but he's almost occupied both sides at times. It's been Andy Weimann, Chris Martin, Antoine Semenyo. It's been 3 strikers. No, not really anyone's been out wide. It's just been 3 strikers narrow, pressing, getting balls into the box, ultimately scoring goals. That's how it's been all campaign. Antoine Semenyo, again, he's really flushed of that. So he's played, I'd say predominantly he's played on the right, but at times he has played on the left, and that was also the case last season, where he's also played on the left at times, but mainly on the right. So I think there's a fixed position for Semenyo there, but he can also be utilised on the left, because you can use him as an inverted winger, which at times can be very useful for a team, if in terms of game state. He scored 6 goals, which is 13.6% of City's goals this season. That is compared to 4.3% last season. So already you can see a drastic improvement in terms of team contribution and how he's linked up, how he's linked up play and how he's done at City this campaign compared to last season. His overall output is much higher and much better and much more efficient than last season, and it's definitely showing in terms of City's results and City's performances. So 13.6% to 4.3%. It's a high tone. It's a high difference, isn't it? So improvements coming, and also City's performances have increased and results have increased. So what that's saying is, as Antoine Semenyo gets better over the season, hopefully, Bristolcity's performances and results will get better over the season. Hopefully, again, fingers crossed. Final point on this, before we move on to something else, is Semenyo's really, really good link-up play with Andy Weimann has been absolutely pivotal to Bristol City's goal scoring this season, and that is a main part of why Bristol City have been so prominent and prominent? Is that even a word? Have been so good and much better in front of goal this season than last season. They scored, I think, 44 goals last season. We've already scored 46. So Antoine Semenyo and Andy Weimann being in the team have automatically made City really much better. Percentage of goals from Antoine Semenyo and from Andy Weimann contribution to City's team has been 50%. So both of them scored half our goals for us. So that's, you can look at it both ways. You can say, "Oh, brilliant! They'll rescue us out," or you can say, "Oh, I'd like to see a bit more contribution from a few other players around between Chris Martin, O'Dowda, whoever it is, really." And yeah, they've been brilliant. The percentage of assists from both have been 16.6%. So again, both of these have been key men for Bristol City, in fact. So these are two players who Bristol City need to hang on to and need to form a real dangerous partnership in this league with, because once they get going, it's really, really, really hard to stop them, and that's been showed all season basically. Unless Till, Andy Weimann and Semenyo have been playing together, they've created this partnership, which is proving very difficult to deal with. And at the moment, for City, really helping them. So, that's that done. We'll just quickly touch on the academy and how good that's been, because let's not forget, Antoine Semenyo is an academy product, and Antoine Semenyo being an academy product is really key here, because that just shows the good work City have done past few years in terms of academy. You look at Lloyd Kelly, Joe Bryan, Bobby Reid, 3 players there who've gone for £45 million, and they've all been from our academy. Joe Bryan, obviously Bristol boy, Bobby Reid through the academy as well, Lloyd Kelly through the academy as well. £45 million from them, just from the academy. That's a lot of money. If it wasn't that money, God knows where Bristol City would be at this point in time. And more recently as well, Weimann Ben Roos, he's still in the squad. Alex Scott. Now, Alex Scott's a bit of a weird one because he's brought in from Guernsey, but he was brought into the academy, so don't know, would you count that? Not sure. Max O'Leary, I'd definitely count him. Harvey Wiles-Richards as well, so 2 goalkeepers there at the end. Max O'Leary's been there for a while. But Ben Roos, Bristol boy from Westbury Park, just had to mention that. Alex Scott has been absolutely brilliant this season. and been one of our bright sparks all season. So, just wanted to say the Bristol City's academy, led by Brian Tinian, is in a very good state at the moment, and there are some very good young assets there. Antoine Semenyo'S one of them, Alex Scott's one of them. So, there are some good assets at Bristol City at this point in time. Right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that video, just that quick 15-minute video on Antoine Semenyo'S rise into Bristol City Stardom. I've titled this, so there we go. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like if you haven't already, and if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to the H Robinson YouTube channel if you haven't already as well. Comment down below your thoughts on Antoine Semenyo'S rise from Bristol City's fringes of the squad really, and into being a real key man for the Robins. Until next time, guys, me and my specs will bid you farewell. Cheers.